Alrighty, guys. It is October 8th. We are 1 week out of rotator cuff surgery. So a full 7 days. If you've been watching my videos, I'm just trying to give you some tips, some pointers, kind of what's working for me, and kind of let you know what to expect. With this process, I was watching videos on YouTube and trying to get a feel of what to expect after my rotator cuff surgery. This is what the ice machine looks like. I think I talked about that on like my first or second video. So a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Not really. They're all very, very good. So if you haven't seen my past video about my nerve block and taking it out, you should go watch that. So 7 days a week. Today was a couple things today. Today was my first physical therapy appointment. Physical therapy nowadays consists of video chat. I'm not going in because of COVID, because of the pandemic. So I got an appointment, a video chat appointment with my physical therapist. I really do like him. I think he's a good guy. I think he's funny. We have a good rapport, which is always good when you're gonna have a relationship with someone for quite a bit of time. So I'm not going to show you any of the exercises we did. One, I'm in the brace, and two, it's like follow whatever physical therapy or whatever requirements your doctor has. I'm not here to be like, do this is the best. Just follow whatever they recommend and whatever they tell you to do. They're the experts, so just go with that. Hopefully you guys could hear me. I'm in my backyard right now. Decided to get out, get some fresh air. Been kind of cooped up in the house for a bit. Little overcast day up here in Oregon. So, but anyway, a few things. One, the nerve block slowly kind of, went down. It dramatically, as you saw the ball, it dramatically went down, and it's slowly dissipating. My fingers, my index finger and my thumb were extremely numb the first couple of days. Then they got like 75% of their feeling back, which was great because I hate that numbness feeling. So hung in there with that numbness feeling, hung in there with the nerve block, hung in there because it was irritated on my back, just itchy and all that kind of uncomfortableness that comes with surgery. But got it through there. Took the nerve block out, as you saw. It was great. It was a nice relief, really. It was taking that tape off. It normally would have hurt, but God, it just felt good just getting some like friction on that skin. It was so itchy, it just scratched it, not literally scratch it, but just gave you a relief, like if someone was scratching it. So did all that. So that's where we left off today. So from that day to today, it was just 1 day in between, and the days and a little bit of the days. But today is the first day I haven't had to take my narcotics, my oxycodone. I woke up today and I felt a little pressure, and that's what I'm calling it. It's a little pressure. It's not necessarily like pain. It's a little pressure on the inside. It feels like something was done on the inside, and it was. So I felt a little pressure, but I was like, you know what? Let me try Tylenol. Took my Tylenol. It did its job, and I think as of late I maybe had one more, and God, it's around 6 p.m. today, right now. So I've only had from 7:30 ish to now 2 Tylenols. So that's a big improvement. The side note is one of the side effects with the oxycodone is itching. Um, so oh, my back was itchy. I had my wife, God bless her, she scratched it, just like, oh, just scratching it. It wasn't like, oh, I needed to, like, I always had it was just like, give me a little scratch, and just, it was just a side effect that we, we looked up. But, let me try to get my thoughts in order. So, Tylenol only today, first day ever, off the oxycodone. I mean, if it comes back, like if I wake up in the middle of the night and if there's some pain, I'm gonna take it. It's there. That's what it's for. But I was like, I'm not really someone that's just gonna take oxycodone just because or whatever. It's gonna make me sleep or this or that. I don't do that. I'd rather get off of it and try to get to where I'm supposed to be and get to, real life as soon as possible. So Tylenol only today. Usually I've been living in my ice machine. Today, woke up, took it off, did some things around the, oh, excuse me, that's one thing I need to talk about. Did some things around the house and decided to leave it off until after my physical therapy video appointment, which was at 1:30 and ended till 2. So put that on, got some ice on it afterwards. So feeling really, really good. 2, I am tired. The first couple of days I was up, I was watching TV, and I just get drowsy, and you start getting drowsy, and you're like, God, I want to go to sleep. But for some reason, the first couple of days, first 2-3 days, maybe 4, I didn't fall asleep. When I was on the 5th, like 6th day, today a little bit, on the couch when I was getting drowsy, I would just pass out, just zonk out. So it's really been kind of nice that I'm getting some sleep in. Even though I'm sleeping all night, um, it's pretty nice to get a solid afternoon nap in. Um, those don't come too frequent these days, so take advantage if you can. So been enjoying those naps. So the physical therapy today, 1 week out, you start doing stuff like that. You start moving your shoulder by accident, and it's just natural. So they tell me. I was getting tense. I started to get tensed up, and I was like, relax, relax, relax. This is all what my physical therapist has told me. And then yet again, pay attention to your physical therapist. Sure, they're great. So I started moving, just natural movements. He said everything just seemed normal, but the exercise he gave me is nothing was weight bearing, but there's some movements that I need to do laying down, try to get at 90 degrees, trying to get certain degrees out, pushing out, stuff like that. Those exercises hit inside my arm where it was getting tense, where I felt the pressure. Because there's one spot in the back, I was like, it's right back there, like, oh. And when I was doing push-outs or trying to get 90 degrees in these exercises, it hit those spots. It didn't hurt the spots, and when I say it hit them, it was like you have you're sore and you gave it a stretch, and it was like, oh, there was some relief. And that's what it was. It was a relief. It gave me so much relief, and like it felt so good. Like I was like, wow, that is really, really cool. Yet I have no idea what I'm going to get when this bad boy is willing to go. But they said everything, like I was on point, I was hitting my angles, I was hitting my degrees, everything was good, and I'm sure you'll be doing the same. But God, that felt so good that like the stuff I was doing was pinpointed to where it actually felt in the back. Um, so, all in all, a couple, one hard night when I didn't take an oxy at the beginning of the night. I laid flat on my recliner, and then when I got up, it was like a rush of blood, and I was like, oh my God, oh God, here it comes, it's hurting, it's hurting. Um, but literally, like, I don't know, it's not like pain for 24 hours. It's like, ooh, oh, okay, all right. Or it's like, ew, ooh, ooh, that was funny. Just stuff like that. Um, Ever since I've been posting, I've gotten a lot of feedback from friends and families, and saying that it's all worth it. So you know what? I made the decision because I was like, one, I want to be able to do certain things um, later on in life, and two, I felt I was so right in my decision to get the surgery. When people were like, hey, I did mine 2 years ago, I'm doing my second one 2 months ago, and it's worth it, or hey, I did mine this, or hey, I did this. Cousins, male, female, it didn't matter. It was just like, it was well worth it. So I'm very happy that I made the decision. um, Now, on the other side, with my wife, it is hard because she's doing a lot of things for me. So, from this point on, I'm going to start doing a little bit more and taking care of little tasks on my own, and not be such a, I don't want to say burden, because I'm not, and she says that I'm not a burden, but so I'm not so dependent. That's a better word. So I'm not so dependent on her. Um, like today was trash day, and we talked about it the night before, and she's going through her own things, and it's hard, trying to. I have to take care of this guy and do this and that. So I was able to get up, and I have one free hand. I'm able to collect the trash. I could start doing that stuff. So I did that, and which really meant a lot to her, and it was great. So I'm going to start, not only one, that gets me up and moving a little bit, and two, that just gets me up and moving a little bit. And also, I kind of fallen off my 3 days a week, my 3 times a day walk, which tomorrow I'm going to jump back on, where in the morning I'll do my exercises, afternoon do my exercises, and evening do my exercises while I do a walk. So I'll try to check in this coming weekend, because I mean, if I check in every day, it's going to be like, this is, it's kind of, this is it. Um, I want to, I'm trying to think about, if I check in, the next time I want to check in is a week from now, where I have an appointment with my doctor, but it's video, so it's only as much as they could visually see on the screen. So we'll go from there. I might put one before. So if you don't see me in a few days, expect one 2 weeks out. I think that's actually makes sense. If anything groundbreaking happens, or pain or anything like that, I'll jump on here real quick and I'll let you guys know. But it's next week is my first doctor's appointment, and I'll check in then with you guys for sure, 100%. But stay tuned. I hope this is giving you some insight of like what to expect, and also the tips. So I'll maybe that's what I'll do before my next check-in. I'll write down those tips, because those slip-on shoes are amazing. The bidet is amazing. Get that stuff. um I wasn't really nauseous with painkillers, so there wasn't anything I could give tips if someone feels like they're gonna throw up or whatnot. um but yeah, I'll think of more tips that I've had. Um, just little things. I'm looking forward to sleeping. I think I'm going to try that today for the first time. Sleeping in my bed. I have the wedge pillow, and I asked the physical therapist. He was like, "Really, you sleeping in the recliners to keep you from rolling around too much?" Um, but I think it would give me the opportunity to kind of be a little bit more comfortable, and I think I could do it. So I'll maybe I'll give you some tips and pointers once I get there. Uh, maybe, because I am a big guy, but you gotta reach over here and to connect these. Maybe a tip would be putting a tape with a little string or something, because reaching over here, especially, yeah, that is a good tip, especially the first couple of days when you're like, when you don't want to move your shoulder, you're like, oh, and you're like, oh, just to get this. That would be a good tip, to kind of just a nice easy piece of tape and a string, and just to have it here where you could pull that, like if you're doing this by yourself, pull this over to unhook your ice machine. That would be pretty helpful. Sponge with a stick, one of those shower sponges, something really soft that could possibly go over your stitches or inside your underarms here, because this gets really sore, you know. That could be a really good tip too. God, I hope you guys could hear me. I'm the back row back here, and a bunch of broke down cars are driving around. But yeah, I'll think of some tips that I wish I had, or I wish that, or that I think could be useful if someone's doing this alone. Because if someone's going through this alone, it'll be rough. It will be rough, but doable, I think. So let me think about those tips, put those up there for you guys. But yeah, successful week 1. Looking forward to week 2 coming up, and looking forward to what the doctor says. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to be on that road to recovery. It's what I wanted, and we're going. So, alrighty, guys. Peace.